Hello everyone, welcome to the National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are so glad to have you guys here live with us to celebrate this tonight. It's quite an achievement to get into the National Honor Society here at Linfield High School. We are gathered here to formally recognize those students who have been selected by the faculty of Linfield High School for successfully completing their candidacy and are being inducted as new members of the LHS chapter of LHS. We welcome Superintendent Kristen Vogel, Principal Robert Cleary, Vice Principal Brian Bates, and honorees Ernestine Struziero and Joy Bias. Our chapter is proud to have been electing new members for many years, and today's ceremony indicates the continuing emphasis on excellence that we represent for our school and community. Throughout the year, members of our chapter serve as role models for other students. In addition to the strong academic records which establish the eligibility for membership, our chapter members are leaders in many student organizations, and we serve our school and community through many activities. We are proud of this record of accomplishment and welcome these new members who bring new energy in support of our continuing work as NHS members. The membership in Linfield High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. These characteristics are scholarship, character, service, and leadership. Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work, when many opportunities arise to help others both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need, without monetary compensation or public recognition, is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow. Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interests for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead is a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members. Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself, nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is this force of character that guides one through life and, once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem with character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating such qualities as respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character. At this time, we would like to recognize our honored guests, Ms. Ernestine Struziero, who retired last year, and Mr. Joseph Tobias, who will be retiring this year. Honoring Ms. Struziero is senior NHS member Aiden Gross. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to the new inductees of the National Honor Society. My name is Amy Grace, and tonight I'll be speaking about a teacher who is admired and loved by all her students, Mrs. Struziero, who retired after my junior year at Linfield High School. When I asked Mr. Gordon, the science department head, how long Mrs. Struziero had been teaching, he responded with 47 years. All I could think was how she had made such a great impact on me and my classmates in 1 year. Imagine how many students she has inspired to go on and do amazing things in their lives. Mrs. Struziero was always there to keep me on task and get my work done, but she was also a huge advocate for the phrase that numbers and test scores don't define us. I can't begin to tell you how many times I sat in her classroom and listened to one of her pep talks and left feeling so supported and believed in. To a junior in high school about to go through the daunting process of college admissions, I appreciated her words of encouragement more than she knew. Her words were always there to pull me and my peers through the late nights of homework and studying or through any stressful exam. As much as we all wished to have Ms. Struziero for a full normal year, it simply wasn't the reality. COVID-19 put a halt in all our classroom activities and lessons, and Mrs. Struziero was faced with a challenge, along with so many of our other teachers, how to teach during the global pandemic. All the bumps in the road we encountered, Mrs. Struziero took them in stride. She was able to pull me and my classmates through the last of the information we needed to learn for our AP biology exam, and I can't begin to explain how much we cherished her hard work and dedication to helping us above and beyond what anyone would expect from their teacher. Every Zoom call, she would be sure to check in on us and have conversations that always made everyone smile. Her class period was something my peers and I looked forward to during the unprecedented times of the lockdown. Not meaning to make this speech sound depressing, my time with Mrs. Struziero was not just overcoming stressful challenges. In fact, it was quite the opposite. Mrs. Struziero always had a story to tell that would brighten our days, whether it be a UFO in the sky or a mouse in her sock. You could always count on her for a laugh. My personal favorite fun fact about Mrs. Struziero that she shared with us was her passion for mushrooms, oyster mushrooms to be exact. Before her last year at Linfield ended, she provided everyone in my class with her email to keep in touch, and she meant it. Over the summer break, she always checked in on us, whether it be about our college decisions, to compliment our photos on Facebook, or just to check in general. It was the little things like that that made going through a pandemic, a time of isolation and uncertainty, a little bit easier. Linfield High School thanks you, Mrs. Struziero, for everything you have done for us. We applaud your passion, dedication, determination, and kind soul. You have left a mark on everyone whose path has had the gift of crossing yours. We wish you the best of luck in your retirement and the adventures we know will bring you. And now honoring Mr. Tobias is senior LHS member Mike Drago.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of these outstanding individuals in their induction into the National Honor Society. Tonight, I have been graced with the opportunity to speak on behalf of the beloved Joseph Tobias, an educator, a coach, a friend, who is sadly retiring after 32 years. I first met Mr. D the summer coming into my freshman year during one of our cross-country captain's practices. The captain at the time gave us warning of his attendance, and this gave me some anxiety. But the man who strolled out of his BMW is not one to give anyone a sense of anxiety. Even though he loves the Yankees, Mr. D is the most kind-hearted person I have ever met. and he made my introduction into LHS a very pleasant experience. Part of Mr. Tobias' personality is being able to treat any of the students or runners like a part of his family. He's a great mentor and takes any chance he gets to give any listening ear some fatherly advice. His words always seem to find someone when they need to hear it the most. That is just part of his uplifting nature. I remember many days coming out to practice feeling a little bit down about the day's events, and I knew Mr. D had the right thing to say to put any stress out of my mind. I did not like part of his remedy when he told us to run 5 miles. Mr. D is a great math teacher, and the math department will not be the same without him. Unfortunately, I did not have the opportunity to be in one of Mr. D's math classes, but he always offered to help tutor me for the SAT. However, from the copious amount of chatter around the school, it was obvious that his lessons and teachings made an impact on his students. Every kid walked out of his classroom laughing and smiling. From what I've heard, that is mainly because he takes a large amount of his class time to get personal with the students. They talk about current events, cars, recent sports events, and just about anything that comes to mind. Even when a student is walking down the hall, he will stop and talk, oftentimes making them late for class, but no one seems to care. This personable attitude allows him to teach to any type of student in the school by making the class time fun and enjoyable. Although Mr. D has a natural ability to teach to anyone, he is most comfortable coaching sports. His abilities range from cross-country and track to basketball. Given the history of the cross-country team, Coach D has demonstrated an extreme amount of commitment. He stuck by the team's side through all the winless seasons, and his enthusiasm never wavered. I know he would not have been able to do it without his best bud, Mr. Wallace. All of his commitment to coaching paid off when the cross-country team made history by attending the All-State meet last year. I speak for many when I say thank you, Mr. D. Thank you for making the school a better place and a second home to many. The math department and the rest of the school will miss you deeply.
And finally, honoring our colleague and friend and teacher who sadly passed this last year, we have Emily Gogan, another senior member of LHS, to speak about Mr. Delay. Good evening, everyone, and congratulations to all the new National Honor Society inductees. It's really nice to see everyone here tonight. I also want to take a moment to congratulate the 2 other teachers being honored, Mr. Tobias and Mr. Zero. I am humbled to speak in honor of one of my favorite mentors and a legend of Linville High School, Mr. Michael Boulay. This event was one of Mr. Boulay's favorite evenings of the year. As an advisor to this program, he really took pride in sharing the new inductees of the community. National Honor Society was not only about being a good student, but also being a leader in this community. And we all know we talked about service, and we had students tutoring before and after school, and many of us were involved in food drives, cleaning the cafeteria, and even running the school store. To Mr. Boulay, it was important to teach service to others. The very first time I met him, I was in first grade. Sometimes I would come after school and sit in my mom's office and do my summer homework, and in he would walk with a handful of lollipops to me. This is the very first time I saw his staple outfit, which consisted of khaki pants, a plaid button-down shirt, and his famous New Balance sneakers. As I got to know him over the years, I really looked forward to having him as a teacher. And to my delight, this past summer, I opened my schedule and there he was for A-Ball PE. And as we all know, his former students always rave about his wit and humor. He absolutely loved to make people smile. He knew how to bring people together and share his kindness, humor, and wisdom with everyone. But it was not only about having fun, he was also here to teach. I think all of his colleagues would say he had a passion for teaching and the LHS community. He woke up every day before sunrise to get here, commuted over an hour to get to school, and he even had the coffee brewing before a student walked in the door. This was not just a place he came to work, it was a really important part of his life. He cherished his colleagues and felt most at home in the classroom. One of his favorite artists, Phoebe Nicks, once said, "Your graciousness is what carries you. It isn't how old you are, how young you are, even how beautiful you are. What it is what's inside you. If you're gracious, you've won the game. These words perfectly describe who he was. He was gracious towards his family and all of us here at Lakeville High School. He always took the time to write everyone thank you notes, always covering a class or a study, and often see bring the coffee and newspaper around. And there was never an office or classroom that you did not see him in. He was also notorious for opening classroom door and saying something with his being wit that was some laughter and smiles all around the room. I'll never forget his famous line that he said every time he burst into my 10th grade history classroom that yes, it was taught by my own mother, and he'd stand in the doorway with his hands on his hips and go, "Mother Logan, what's the supper tonight?" Mr. Boulay would be so proud of all the inductees tonight. He'd be so happy to see us all in school together, and there's absolutely no question that Mr. Boulay's legacy will continue on to behave as he had an impact on everyone inside this building. He encouraged everyone at LHS to excel in the classroom, be good to others, and enjoy life. Mr. Boulay, thank you for making us laugh and for believing in all of us. And at this time, I would like to invite Superintendent Vogel up here to offer some congratulatory remarks to the new members. Thank you, Mrs. Wahanda. Good evening. I am Kristen Vogel, the Superintendent of Schools. It is my pleasure to be here this evening to honor and celebrate our newest members of the National Honor Society as they are inducted. To our NHS inductees, while your academic achievement is exceptional, there are 3 other criteria that had to be met in the quest for NHS selection. Just as important, you possess leadership, character, and service. You are the leaders in our school and community. You are sports captains, masters on the stage, presidents of your clubs, and leaders of academic teams. You are the students who show outstanding character, and you are the ones who are volunteering, serving your community and school. You were selected because you demonstrate all 4 of the characteristics on a daily basis. I know I speak for the administration and faculty in expressing our pride in your accomplishments and our pleasure in being able to share this outstanding achievement with you. Congratulations. Thank you, Superintendent Vogel. At this point, I would like to proclaim that all in attendance, or to all in attendance, that membership in the Linfield High School chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates. Principal Robert Cleary will now swear in our new members by reading the pledge. And there's a copy of the pledge on the back of your program, so that helps to read along. You have it there for you.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Congratulations to the new inductees, and congratulations to our honorees, and thank you for your service to Linfield High School over the years. We really appreciate it. At this time, would the new inductees please rise, raise your right hand, and join me in reciting the pledge. And like Mrs. Monica said, it's written on the back, so we'll open no quiz for you here. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been elected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands, and will maintain and encourage the high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character.
Scholarship, leadership, service, and character.
Thank you very much. Congratulations.
And now we will read the names of our newly inducted LHS members. Please stand and step forward to the stage to pick up your folder to receive your certificate, membership card, and pin as tokens of your membership. Madeline McCarthy. Caitlin McCormack. Lauren Millar. Georgia Milne. Francesca Minichiello. Adriana Parisi. Anna Radulski. Matthew Petralio. Olivia Ruska. Jemima Robbins. Elizabeth Schmidt. Alexander Seed. Gianna Spinella. Sadhvi Sriram. Lauren St. Andre. Ava Tardito. Kayla Tracy. Alexis Veglia. Haley Weeks. Lucas Williams. Thank you all for attending our NHS induction ceremony. Please join me in applauding all of our new National Honor Society members.
And that concludes the meeting. Have a wonderful night.
Good try.
Yeah, I have one.